Hello and welcome to day 2 of the National Eucharistic Congress. We have eCatholic's Joe Garcia joining us again live from the event. Joe, welcome. What's happened since we last saw you?
Oh man, what hasn't happened since we last spoke? No, it's been a lot of fun. I think we kicked off with you guys yesterday afternoon, and we were taking a little bit of a breather, getting ready to all head over to Lucas Oil Stadium for Adoration with everyone. So fun times. Was able to snag a few photos yesterday, out and about and around. Uh, oh, what a humbling experience! If you want to pull those photos up, maybe
Yeah.
we can show people what we snagged. But all in all, just a big joyful moment. There were, obviously nuns hanging out, talking, lots of priests, lots of smiles and hugs and laughing going on. And what was so fun is just seeing the different pilgrims come in from different parts of the country, and just seeing how excited everyone was. And the music was great. The fellowship was fantastic. One of my favorite things, as we were going through, I didn't realize I had my back to everything for a while, and playing some music, and all of a sudden everyone knelt down. I was like, oh no, Jesus must have entered the building. So I had to kind of turn and get my spot, myself in a good reverent spot. But it was just a phenomenal experience. Adoration was fantastic. By far, definitely the biggest group of adorers I've ever been part of. Yeah, the last take was that there's over 50,000 of us here,
Wow.
and so the stadium was definitely full. And just what an incredible experience. So my hope was that we were able to capture some photos that showed the joy, and the reverence, and just the our faith in action, as we were here at the Eucharistic Congress.
This photo is particularly striking. You mentioned there's 50,000 plus people there. What was that like being in adoration with all those people?
So it's a bit of a hybrid experience for me because, as a Catholic, I want to sit and kneel and adore and focus, but I also have a kind of a dual part here, doing a little bit of work, taking photos as well. So a bit of a hybrid. Um, so was able to take a few moments of a breather and hang out, and just be with Jesus. But at the same time, I'm also, I think the sports photographer in me came out. It's like, oh, I know they're getting ready to leave. I know they're going to move. So that last photo of the monstrance and Jesus, we was at the very end of adoration as everything was kind of wrapping up, and I saw that they were probably going to walk back down the aisle and head out to kind of one of the tunnels. And I thought, oh man, I just need to go get myself in a good spot. So I walked quickly without running down down the floor of the stadium, was able to put myself in a good spot to grab this photo. But little things like that, I think for me, the thing that I always try to remember is it's a privilege to be down and have access to some of the things that I do while I'm here this week. And so my hope is that I share that privilege with everyone else that sees the photos that we take. So hopefully we're able to give you a little bit closer look into what that experience was like, maybe from the ground floor, if you had a stadium seat, or one as close as you'd like to have been. My hope is you can take a look at some of these and feel like you're right there with us.
Yeah, this photo is particularly striking. I dare to say iconic for the event. How big was that monstrance? It looks massive in this photo.
It's pretty big. I mean, to give you an idea, the the host, or Jesus, he's bigger than the priest head. I mean,
Mm.
it was a pretty massive monstrance in general. So I mean, to kind of give it a perspective, we're talking it was 3 feet wide, maybe not quite, somewhere in that neighborhood. So pretty large. The TV and cameras help make it probably appear a little bit bigger too, but it was definitely one of the biggest monstrances I've seen in person.
Yeah, it's a beautiful photo. So now we're in the midst of the Congress. Day 2 is coming to an
Mhm.
end. I'm sure there's lots of other great events going on tonight. Can you describe the mood over there in Indianapolis right now?
Oh man, it's so fun. It's I would say just joyful. So I was able to get out this morning. They had mass. I know I've heard people just talking about how fun it was to have mass with Cardinal Dolan did English mass. Cardinal Sean did Spanish mass. I think there was one more, and I can't remember who did that one. I had the opportunity to sneak over and go to a private session. There were like 600 priests in a room with Dr. Scott Hahn. Photographed that for a little bit. So one, for me, it was so cool. Um, Maybe an experience that I can share that most people don't get to realize is, we see our priest and parish priest and diocesan priest out, and a lot of times they're alone, right? Unless they live in a community somewhere, which is kind of rare. And so for me, it's been really cool to see all of these priests, their brother priests from the same diocese, spending time together, being together, let alone be in a room with, 600 or 599 of their brethren. So that was just a really cool, unique experience that I kind of took a moment and appreciated this morning as they were all sitting listening to Dr. Scott Hahn. I caught a few of them, maybe dozing off. I'm not going to call anyone out specifically, but it's been a long couple of days here, Mike. And so in addition to the joy and the happiness, there's a few weary travelers as well, depending on what time you got here and when you got here. So you'll see a handful of people sneaking in a nap here and there. But at the end of the day, it's just been fun. I mean, little things like just going to grab lunch. You're sitting next to a complete stranger, and we have our badges from the Congress on. And that someone that is there that shares the same values and beliefs that you do, and you can turn around and strike a conversation on where they're from or where they're at, or what their parish is. Ran into a handful of eCatholic customers already today. Just to hear their thoughts and thank yous has been a lot of fun. And then had a nice surprise. Josh Simmons, our CEO at eCatholic and founder, his mom is here. She came kind of on her own as a trip last minute, and she messaged me, and I was able to sneak away. I don't know if you have that photo where you can share it, but I was able to sneak away with her at lunch today and just spend some time catching up. I've known Josh and his family for a little over a decade since I've been here at eCatholic, and I haven't seen his folks in a few years now. So it was such a nice little just human moment to see a really familiar face and catch up on lunch. And Josh, if you're watching, we let you foot the bill for this one. So
I hope you guys had a big lunch with lots of appetizers on Josh's tab. That's awesome.
It was good. We took it pretty easy on him.
Good. I'm glad. Well, Joe, as we round out day 2, what are you looking forward to?
Oh man, it's there's a lot to look forward to here. So I think there's a couple of exhibits. I know that they have the Shroud of Turin here, and we're looking to go. I haven't had a chance to sneak into that particular exhibit. There are a few other little prayer spots and mass. Obviously, there's tons of mass every morning and some different languages and stuff. So I don't know exactly where I'm gonna to be assigned to tomorrow, but everything is fun, and so I'm hoping I can sneak off and do something cool again tomorrow. This morning, with Dr. Scott Hahn on the priest is a nice little surprise as well. So honestly, there's not a bad place to go here. Everything that's happening and the different, even like the exhibit halls, there's just so much joy and laughter, and such this positive energy from everyone here. Everyone's happy to be here. Everyone's excited to be here. I think, like I said, there's a few of us getting a little tired, myself included. I kind of snuck off to grab a little break, but I think tomorrow, Brandon from our team he's heading over to a 4:00 mass right now. I'll be able to catch another one in the morning. So just lots of stuff going on. Logistics is a little bit tough. Lots of walking. I think I logged. I had to look at my watch. Somewhere close to like 11,000, 12,000 steps yesterday, and close to 10 miles of walking. So
wow.
Definitely getting our steps in here. And my Apple Watch was like, "Hey, you're off to a great start today," and I'm like, "Oh man, it's going to be another good one."
Weather's been good. I'm hoping.
Weather's beautiful. Sunny today. Beautiful. I'm coming from Texas, so a lot cooler here than back home for me. So been gorgeous. And I think the biggest thing for me, like the days coming up, is just having a chance to continue to pray with our fellow Catholics and other Catholics around us. And it's just so fun. Looking at this photo right now of the nuns and Cardinal. Anywhere you go, you're just seeing people stopping and asking a priest or a nun or a bishop or a cardinal that's just walking around, asking them for a quick prayer. And it's just such I don't want to say surreal. I don't know what the right word is, but it's not something you see every day. And I'm just glad that I'm here to experience it in person. And like I said, hopefully, as part of that, as we continue to share these photos throughout the coming days, that I can bring a little piece of what I'm seeing through my eyes and through my lens to our Catholic family and to our Catholic team that wasn't able to, obviously all can't be here. So I know they've been enjoying some of the photos as well. But if there's anything you want to see, y'all be sure to let Mike know. Is there anything, or chat the eCatholic channels, and we'll see if we can get a sneak peek or a little closer look for you.
Well, Joe just went on record. If anybody has any requests for a photo shoot, put in the comments and social. I'll look at those. Brenda will look at those, and we'll see.
All right.
We'll see what kind of trouble we get Joe into tomorrow.
I'm gonna mark a disclaimer here. So Mike can send those over, but he's gonna have to go filter them. So if we don't shoot something that you want, it means that Mike didn't send it. And so I'm gonna put that back on him, because I should be able to get a photo if you want something.
Totally fair. Well, I'll definitely feed that over to you. Thanks again, Joe, so much for joining us. And we will catch you tomorrow for another update and hopefully some more photos. Have a good evening, Joe.
Absolutely. Have a good day, Mike. Talk to you later.
All right. God bless. Bye.